Good morning. Hopefully you guys are doing well this morning. I'm headed to work. God is truly an amazing God. I just wanted to bring some inspiration to you this morning and this week. Hopefully, whenever you listen to the replay and you go back and you hear it, you can identify and hopefully understand. Hopefully it's working for you. You're able to listen and get some type of value out of what God is speaking to me, to you. Good morning, Pam. How you doing? And what he gave me was to forgive them, for they know not what they do. As we talk about cut beyond repair, the greatest part sometimes of the hurt is the fact that we have to forgive people. And we think and we feel like in our minds that they know what they're doing. But we have to realize and understand that the enemy has decided to set up booby traps and set up traps even when we were younger. And so we have to realize and understand that, guess what? This is a spiritual fight. And I realize, I often talk about my mom and some things that I've gone through with her with the mental illness. And I realize now that it has nothing to do with it. Sometimes God allows you to go through different seasons and walk through different seasons and areas with people. And sometimes they know not what they do. The enemy can use them, but maybe the plot or maybe the intentions, they had no real intentions on hurting you. It's just the way it just kind of failed. And so I realized that this week when I took her to the store, I saw in my mind how frail she's beginning to become. And I started looking at, what? I often say this, you know what I mean? She don't even realize, sometimes people don't even realize the hurt and the damage that they have caused. Because the enemy can use them. Just like if we're not careful, guess what? He can use us too. That we're not perfect, that we can go through things as well. But we have to be mindful of that. The scriptures say that we're not ignorant of Satan's devices. So I want you to realize this week, or whatever you're going through, the pain, the hurt, or whatever type of tragedy that you have faced in your life, to forgive them. I know that don't make any sense, right? But it makes faith sense to me. We got to learn how to let go of things and let go of the hurt of the past and to live our life. And it's time now that we live our greatest and best life. And the only way we can do that is by forgiving, by letting go and releasing the trauma, releasing the hurt, even the damage. You know what I mean? The damage can be repaired. Yes, it can be. You know what I mean? We can be hurt beyond repair, but guess what? God can heal us. Everywhere it hurt, he can take whatever pain that you have gone through and turn it all around for your good. And that's what I'm learning. That's what this whole thing is about. To help somebody else that have gone through some trauma, that have gone through, maybe some trauma to the point of being so devastated to where they feel like they cannot be repaired or they can't move. I bring you courage today that yes, you can. You can move towards healing. You can move towards love. You can move towards the kindness. You don't have to repeat the same mistakes and the same hurts that you face. They have often said that hurting people hurt other people. And we have to realize that we don't have to recreate. I won't say recreate. We don't have to redo the same pain that others have done to us. And I'm learning now, even when people don't realize, sometimes we take it personal, but it's not really personal. Because you know what? When you really look at it from a spiritual point of view, you'll realize that guess what? They had no clue. They didn't know what they were doing. They were just basically going by their feelings or their emotions. Sometimes, when you see mean, spirited people, they going by what they want to go by. They doing what other people have done to them. And I thank God that today I have realized that, I'm almost close to 50. I'm 46, but guess what? I realized that I can live my life, that I don't have to stay bound by the effects of what my mother did, or the effects of what others have said, and you know, and I heard this too, that we can't go by we can't make other people's opinions of us be our reality. We have to wake up and realize that, guess what? God has a reality for us, and our perception has to be wiped clear. Sometimes we have to hit the escape button and see God's perception of us. You know, once you see God's perception of you, you begin to realize and see that, guess what? God has a greater plan. And it's so much better than what we had even imagined. You know, as I begin to live my life now, I'm starting to wake up and realize that even with my father, I don't have to hold on to that damage. Because sometimes we realize certain parents, they were just the vehicle to get you here. Certain people were, I realized that, and I've said that many a times, that some parents were not designed or not cut out to be a parent. I hate to say it, but it's true. But I realize that now, and I can go on with my life, and he's dead and gone. But I realize that now, that my perception, guess what? God had a greater and a better plan. So even as Jesus, he said, who is my mother? Who is my father? Those that do the will of God. So we got to wake up and realize that, guess what? Stop holding people hostage, and stop, holding them and punishing them, because guess what? Some of them wasn't just cut out to be. They were not designed to be the parent that God had in store for you. Sometimes what God can do, he can give you surrogate mothers and fathers spiritually that will be there for you, that would love you and treat you like a son or like a daughter, and allow you to move forward in your life. So move forward with your life. Stop holding on to the grudges of the past. I'm learning that now, to move forward, not to hold on to that damage. Because the more we hold on to it, guess what? It's only stopping us. But when we forgive them and realize that they know not what they do, that guess what? God has a greater plan in store. That God will take all of the hurt, all of the pain, and wipe it all away. And he'll give you the joy that you need. He'll give you the peace that you need. He'll give you that comfort. And he'll let you know that, guess what? You don't have to repeat the same damages that your mother or your father or whoever your auntie has created in your life. That you can bounce back. That you can live your greatest life in victory. And that you can leap. And you can encourage somebody else. You can encourage the next generation. You can inspire a nation and let them know that, guess what? There is hope. There's hope for us. That's what I'm so grateful for. That, guess what? God will never leave us. He'll never leave us. And that's what I have to hold on to, that this joy that we have, the world didn't give it to us. And guess what? The world can't take it away. The joy is knowing that in the midst of all of the damage, that God can heal me. In the midst of all of the damage and all of the turmoil that I've gone through with my mother and my father, that guess what? I may have been treated like a motherless child, but guess what? God was there all of the time. We got to realize that God never leaves us or forsakes us. We got to understand that. Get that into your mind. And trust God to know that, guess what? He can take you to the next level. So be encouraged. I hope these few words have found you well. Don't allow the pain of the past to stop your now. Don't let it stop your now. And don't let those negative people. Sometimes I realize with my mother, it took me, I realized that this year, 3 months, I said, wow, you can't call me in 3 months. I'm your only son. You don't have any more children left here. I'm your only blood, close blood. But I realized that, guess what? People don't know how to show love sometimes. And people don't know. You got certain people, they just takers. They're users by nature. They're just users. And they don't know how to be, how to show love to you. And they just don't know how to speak your love language. And you think that they would. Because of pride. Because of their own pride, it stops them. It blocks their blessings. And so we got to realize that we got to continue to show that love regardless. We can't hold that against them. And believe me, this is God giving me the strength and the grace to do that, because there are times when I didn't feel like it, times that I didn't want to. But I'm starting to realize, as the scripture says, you know, we got to learn how to give good gifts, even if they don't know how to give it back. We got to learn how to show them love regardless. And that's when we'll get our blessing, right? When we, our love and our kindness will heap coals of fire over their head, you know, and that may be guilt for them. But guess what? That's love for us. And as we show them that love and don't repay to them what they have given to us, guess what? God will repay us with blessings. And as I look back over it, I thank God for the life that he has given me. And you know, you don't always understand it, but God knows exactly what he's doing. So blessings unto you. I'm almost here. Blessings. I hope these few words have found you well. Forgive them, Pam. Forgive them. And it may take for you to tap into your spiritual, get into your spiritual closet, into your spiritual mindset, but forgive them, because guess what? They know not what they do. God bless. I hope these few words have found you well. Many blessings. Take care. Bye. Oh, and guess what? You may have been cut beyond repair, but guess what? Deliverance is nigh thee, even in thy mouth. If you are in need of any of our coaching and mentoring services, please reach back out to me at www.thefountaincoach.com. I am certified mentor and life coach, and that's what we do. We're here to provide services to you, those that have been cut beyond repair. If those that are listening, I also want to just put in this other tidbit of news, is that now I've also started the financial aspect of your credit. So if you need your credit restored, I'm doing that as well. So please reach out to me. That's what we have to learn to do. Even in this pandemic, guess what? We can have better credit. My credit score went up 69 points and it's still growing. Looking forward to obtaining my second house rather, but my first house with me and my wife. God is blessing and he's doing greater things, right? And so if you're in need of that, those particular services, please reach out to me, okay? God bless. I look forward to hearing from you again. And Pam, be encouraged. God bless you. Blessings unto you and those that listen, that whatever you're going through, that God will bless you and give you the grace to forgive them, for they know not what they do, and look towards the hills from whence cometh your help and your strength. Where do it come from? It all coming from God. God bless. Bye.